Have you ever felt that familiar rush of excitement when you decide, right, I'm going to learn English?
Oh, absolutely. That initial motivation.
Yeah. But then almost immediately you get hit by this wave of overwhelm. You're staring at, endless grammar rules, these huge vocabulary lists.
Yeah, daunting lists.
Exactly. And you just have this deep desire to move beyond studying English to actually using it confidently in the real world.
You want to speak without always hesitating.
Totally. And understand native speakers without asking them to repeat constantly and just express your actual thoughts clearly.
It's a really common feeling, that frustration. And it can honestly be paralyzing for a lot of learners.
It really can.
Challenge so many people connect with. That first burst of energy, it often fades when the path forward isn't clear or progress just feels glacial.
So slow, yeah.
And people instinctively, they dive into rote memorization. They think if they just learn enough words or rules, fluency will magically appear.
Like it's just about volume.
Right. But what we found, looking into how language acquisition really works, it's about much more than just collecting facts. It's about a whole approach, shifting from knowing about the language to actually applying it dynamically, practically.
And that right there is exactly our mission today. This deep dive, it's totally custom tailored for you, the learner. We designed it to be a genuine shortcut to understanding how you can really accelerate your English proficiency. We're not just talking small improvements here.
No, this is about unlocking faster, more confident progress.
Definitely. And the core idea we're going to unpack is this. English proficiency isn't just one single skill you master. It's more like 4 pillars, deeply interconnected.
Like a structure, yeah, not just isolated bricks.
Exactly. Imagine a really solid integrated building, not just separate parts lying around.
And what's really eye-opening here is how these skills work together. That synergy.
Synergy, good word.
Our sources really hammer this home. Speaking, listening, reading, writing, they're not in separate boxes. They're a dynamic ecosystem.
Okay, an ecosystem. I like that.
Yeah. Growth in one area actually helps and pushes the others forward. If you get better at listening, for example, your speaking often improves too.
Because you pick up the rhythm, the pronunciation.
Precisely. You're building a stronger foundation overall. Every bit helps everything else.
So that's our promise to you today. We're going to dig into 15 powerful, practical, and maybe even some surprising ways to speed up your progress across all 4 areas.
And these aren't just theories, right?
Not at all. These are real, tangible steps, actionable things drawn straight from our source material that you can start using, today, right away.
We'll give concrete examples, real tips, and we won't just show you how they work, but dig into why they're so effective.
And how they all link together to make your English learning journey hopefully a lot smoother and more confident.
And we'll keep highlighting how each strategy we talk about, sometimes obviously, sometimes subtly, uses this interconnectedness. This whole approach, it can really change things. It can shift your learning from feeling like separate, frustrating struggles.
Yeah, like juggling too many balls.
Exactly. Into this process of integrated growth.
Yeah.
It's about building, like you said, that comprehensive language ecosystem inside your brain where everything supports everything else.
A continuous cycle of improvement.
That's the goal.
Okay, so let's really unpack this central idea then. English proficiency. It's not one massive mountain you have to climb.
So, definitely not.
It's more like a landscape, right? With 4 distinct peaks. But they're all deeply connected. Speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And I think what often gets missed is this idea that they operate in isolation. Like you master speaking, then you move to listening.
Right, that sequential idea. But it doesn't really work that way. You're woven together.
It's interwoven.
That's the word. The core insight, really, from all the sources, is how they support each other. Mutually supportive. When you make progress in one, say, reading, you're actually building a foundation that naturally makes the others stronger.
How so? Give me an example.
Well, think about it. When you read a lot, you're not just getting information, right? You're absorbing sentence structures, you're seeing vocabulary used in context,
Okay, yeah.
which you can then use when you write or speak. And if you listen actively, really focus, you train your ear for pronunciation, for rhythm, for intonation.
The music of the language.
Exactly. And that directly impacts how clear and natural you sound when you speak.
So this leads to a pretty important question for you, the listener, doesn't it?
It does. Are you maybe focusing too much on just 1 or 2 skills?
like maybe just drilling grammar or only practicing speaking.
Right, when actually a more balanced approach might get you faster, more solid results overall.
For you, the listener, this ha-ha moment, hopefully, is that this holistic view can actually take some pressure off.
Less pressure.
You don't have to feel like you're climbing 4 separate impossible mountains all at once.
No. It's more like you're tending a single garden, an interconnected linguistic garden.
I like that metaphor better. So improving your reading helps your writing.
Strong listening makes speaking flow better.
It's about seeing it all as integrated growth. Realizing every small step in one area boosts the whole system.
You're nurturing that whole linguistic ecosystem in your mind where everything works together.
Think about building a house, maybe.
Yeah, good analogy.
You wouldn't just perfect the walls but ignore the foundation, right? Or forget the roof or the wiring.
Of course not. Everything relies on everything else for the whole thing to be sound, to be functional.
And it's the same with language. If you have an imbalance,
it leads to frustration. It hinders real communication.
Or maybe you're great at reading complex articles, but you struggle to order coffee.
Or you speak quite well, but you can't understand someone with a different accent.
You're missing out on the full power of the language then.
Exactly. So our deep dive today, every strategy we discuss, it taps into this interconnectedness, helping you build that strong, balanced language structure for yourself.
Okay, let's dive into the first set of strategies then, speaking.
The big one for many.
Oh yeah. For so many learners, this is where the real anxiety lives, doesn't it? That fear of messing up.
The fear of mistakes.
Or just struggling to get the words out quickly enough, or that awful silence when someone's waiting for you to reply.
That painful pause.
Yeah. But the good news is, our sources offer some really practical ways forward, things that can genuinely ease that pressure. #tag 1. Practice every day, even for 10 minutes. Okay, strategy number 1. It sounds almost too simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Practice every day, even for just 10 minutes.
Consistency over intensity.
Exactly. It's not about blocking out huge, exhausting chunks of time. It's about showing up consistently.
One source used a great analogy, trying to learn guitar by practicing just once a month.
You'd get nowhere.
Precisely. And the same principle applies directly to speaking English. Even that short, dedicated 10 minutes a day. It can be transformative.
Really? Just 10 minutes?
Absolutely. Because what's fascinating is this daily habit isn't just about remembering words. It actually trains the physical parts of speaking.
Your mouth, your tongue.
Right, your vocal cords too. They all need that muscle memory to make English sounds. The right intonation, the rhythm, make it feel natural.
Like an athlete training specific muscles.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Or a musician training their fingers. We need to train our articulators. This consistent short practice helps solidify the neural pathways for actually producing the language.
So it starts to feel less like a performance.
Yes. It normalizes speaking English, makes it feel less high stakes, more like a natural function, and that's huge for reducing inhibition and building confidence.
Okay, but what does that look like? Practically, especially if you don't have a speaking partner handy.
Great question. The sources suggest really low barrier ways to practice totally alone. You can literally just talk to yourself. Narrate your morning routine out loud as you do it.
Okay, now I'm brushing my teeth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or describe your surroundings walking down the street. Pretend you're giving a presentation on something you know well.
Or just describe the things on your desk.
Perfect. Or explain your plan for the next hour. These little things, done daily, build that mouth muscle memory and fluency in getting thoughts into spoken words.
Making English part of your inner voice, almost.
That's a great way to put it. And this touches on the psychological benefit too.
How it builds confidence.
Yeah. How does this daily habit make speaking feel natural? Reduce that stress. By constantly normalizing the act, even just privately, you slowly desensitize yourself to the fear of mistakes.
Ah, I see. It lowers the stakes.
Right. It shifts speaking from feeling like this public performance to just a routine private activity. When you consistently produce the language, your brain starts seeing it as natural, which makes real-world conversations feel much less scary.
And the repetition makes it faster, more automatic. Less cognitive effort needed.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hashtag tag 2. Shout of native speakers.
Okay, building on that idea of training your voice, the next tip is a technique that, well, might sound a bit weird at first, but it's super powerful.
Shadowing.
Shadow native speakers. It means actively mimicking how native speakers talk. their speed, their tone, their rhythm.
You're basically echoing them, like their vocal shadow.
Right.
This one really is like training at the gym for your mouth, as one source put it so well.
Oh, I like that.
It's active mimicry. It goes way beyond just understanding words. You're not just listening for what they say, but how they say it.
The connections between sounds.
How the voice goes up and down for questions or emotions, where the natural stress falls in a sentence.
Okay, so how do you do it?
Well, say you're watching a TED Talk or a YouTube video. The process is quite specific. Play one sentence, just one.
Okay.
Pause it immediately. Then repeat it word for word, trying to match the speaker's exact delivery. Their pauses, rhythm, emphasis, everything.
You're trying to capture the music of it?
You're trying to capture the music of it.
Precisely. The musicality of English.
So what's the payoff? I mean, it sounds potentially awkward.
It can feel a bit strange at first, definitely, but the sources are clear. The benefits for your pronunciation, your intonation, that vital rise and fall, and your overall fluency, they're significant.
And noticeable quickly.
Often within weeks of consistent practice, yeah. You start sounding much more natural, less hesitant, less robotic.
Breaking away from that word-by-word delivery.
Exactly. And connecting this to the bigger picture of fluency, shadowing actively refines your prosody.
Prosody.
Yeah, it's the rhythm, stress, intonation of speech. Those elements are often overlooked when people focus only on single words or grammar rules.
But they're crucial for sounding natural.
Absolutely critical. Shadowing forces you to internalize them. It helps you link words smoothly, use contractions naturally, adopt that flow native speakers have without thinking.
So your brain starts to automate it.
Yes. It frees up your mental energy during actual conversations because your mouth kind of learns the dance steps of English rhythm. Hashtag tag, 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 tag 3. Learn phrases, not just words.
Okay, this next one feels like it could fundamentally change how you approach vocabulary.
A big shift.
Learn phrases, not just words. So many of us were taught, memorize lists of individual words in isolation.
The traditional way, yeah.
But our sources point out something really key. Native speakers. They rarely assemble sentences word by individual word.
No, they use chunks of language, almost like pre-made mini sentences or common pairings.
Chunks, okay.
This is all about cognitive efficiency, how your brain processes language with less effort.
Makes sense.
Think about it. A fluent speaker isn't consciously picking word 1, then word 2, then word 3. They're grabbing these ready-made chunks.
Like the examples. Study hard for exams instead of just study.
Right. Or happy to help instead of just learning happy.
Ah, okay.
This method makes your speaking way smoother, less robotic. And crucially, it saves you that real-time pressure of building every sentence from scratch in your head.
That's huge. So it builds automaticity? If you've internalized happy to help as one unit, you don't have to think happy.help grammar link. It just flows out.
Yes. It cuts down on those awkward pauses, the ums and uhs, because the phrase is ready to go. A real game changer for fluency.
Definitely.
And it would connect this to how natural language actually works. It really highlights how important things like collocations and idioms are.
Collocations. Words that just naturally go together.
Yeah, like make a decision, not do a decision. Or heavy rain, not strong rain.
Got it.
Learning these fixed or common phrases bypasses complex grammar calculations in the moment of speaking. You acquire language as whole units.
So it reduces the mental workload during a conversation.
Significantly. You can focus more on what you want to say, the meaning, rather than getting bogged down in grammatical construction.
Which boosts confidence and flow.
It's like having a toolbox full of ready-made tools instead of having to build each one from raw materials every single time you need it. Hashtag tag, 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 tag 4. Join language exchanges.
Right, so for many learners, the big goal is that real interaction, isn't it?
The ultimate test, yeah.
Which brings us neatly to join language exchanges. Our sources are really emphatic on this. The fastest, most effective way to improve your speaking.
Speak with real people regularly.
This is where the theory hits reality, where it all comes together.
Absolutely. This strategy makes it clear. Authentic interaction is king for boosting fluency.
Things like Hello Talk or Tandem.
Exactly. Those platforms, or even local English conversation clubs if you can find them, they give you invaluable chances to connect with practice partners.
Often native speakers who want to learn your language too.
Right, a true exchange. And the beauty of these settings, as the sources highlight, is you get the full, messy reality of conversation.
Mistakes, laughter,
misunderstandings, the whole package, which actually brings up a key question for learners. How does that low-stakes environment help you experiment and overcome fear?
Because it's not like a formal classroom test.
Precisely. There's less pressure.
Yeah.
It's a safer space for trial and error, which encourages you to try to communicate.
And honestly, those mistakes, those awkward bits, even when you completely misunderstand each other, they are your best teachers.
They really are.
You remember lessons from real conversations so much more vividly than a rule in a book. There's something about that immediate, real-time feedback, maybe just a confused look or someone gently correcting you, it sticks. Way more than a red pen mark.
Definitely.
So for you, the listener, you should really see this as a chance for genuine connection, for discovery. It makes learning social, rewarding, much less like homework.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
That experiential learning is just gold. When you mess up in a live chat and then you fix it or someone helps you fix it, that specific language point becomes incredibly memorable.
It's not abstract anymore.
No, it's tied to a real attempt to share a thought. This active problem-solving approach, it massively speeds up the learning curve.
Builds resilience too, probably. Learning to navigate when things aren't perfect.
Huge skill. And the social side gives a powerful motivation boost. It turns learning from a potential chore into this shared, enjoyable human thing.
Okay, let's switch gears now. Listening.
Often seen as the passive skill.
Right, like something that just happens to you, sounds go in your ear. But our sources show the incredible power of active engagement to really train your ear.
It's not just hearing, it's understanding. Deeply.
This isn't just about absorbing noise, it's about processing, integrating what you hear. We can really boost your listening skills here. #tag 5. Listen actively, not passively. Okay, first listening strategy. It's fundamental, but easy to miss. Listen actively, not passively.
Big distinction.
I know when I was learning languages, I'd often just play songs or movies in the background, thinking, exposure is enough.
The immersion fallacy, yeah.
But the sources make a crucial point. Passive background noise. It might give you some familiarity, but it doesn't do much for actual comprehension.
No. Active listening means focused, intentional engagement.
Right.
That passive listening might tune your ear to the general sound, but it won't train your brain to catch details, nuances, deeper meaning.
So how do you listen actively?
You need to be involved. To build those critical auditory discrimination skills, telling similar sounds apart, hearing emphasis, understanding how words blend together, you need focus.
What are some concrete actions?
Well, the sources suggest things like, when you listen to a podcast or news, consciously try to jot down, say, 5 new words.
Okay.
Or try repeating difficult sentences out loud right after you hear them. Pay attention to the speaker's tone. Are they joking? Serious? Annoyed?
Noticing the nonverbal cues in the voice.
Exactly. This focused approach trains your brain to filter the noise and lock onto the meaning.
So it's moving beyond just words to the music again, the emotion, the subtext.
Yes. For you, the listener, this means turning casual listening into targeted practice.
Yeah.
Even for just a few focused minutes, that conscious effort makes a massive difference in how your brain decodes English.
Your brain isn't just passively registering sound anymore.
No, it's actively parsing, identifying patterns, making connections. It strengthens the neural networks for listening.
Like picking out individual instruments in an orchestra.
Perfect analogy. Instead of just hearing the overall tune, this helps you catch those tiny but crucial sound differences like ship versus sheep.
Which totally changes the meaning.
And it helps you decode connected speech, where words run together in fast talk, which is a huge hurdle for learners.
Figuring out where one word ends and the next begins.
That focused, active approach is the real key to training your ear for those subtleties. #tag 6. Start with subtitles, then remove them.
Okay, this next one's a fantastic trick, especially if you use movies or TV shows to learn.
Really clever techniques.
Start with subtitles, then remove them. It uses visual support first, then transitions you to pure listening.
It's a 2-step process that can really boost your listening speed and confidence.
How does it work exactly?
It's brilliant because it sets your brain up for success. First step, watch an episode with English subtitles.
Okay.
This lets you fully understand the story, connect the written words to the sounds, get the context. Your brain isn't overloaded trying to figure out the meaning. You can just follow along.
You enjoy it and get familiar.
Right. Then, step 2, rewatch the exact same episode, but this time without the subtitles. Because your brain already knows the context, the dialogue, it's been primed. It recognizes sounds it now associates with meaning. The pure listening practice becomes much, much more effective.
You'll be surprised how much you pick up the second time.
Often, yes. Because your brain isn't trying to do everything at once.
That sounds like a great mental cheat sheet. For you, the listener, this avoids that frustration of just not understanding anything. You get comprehension first, which builds confidence. Then you challenge your listening in a familiar, less scary context.
It's a really smart, step-by-step way to bridge that gap between reading English and understanding spoken English at natural speed.
Builds confidence massively.
Definitely. And it helps build predictive listening.
Yeah.
Because you know what's coming. Your brain anticipates words and phrases.
Which is what fluent listeners do.
Exactly. And it really helps you segment that continuous stream of speech into actual words. That's a huge challenge when fast speech sounds like one long blur.
Breaking the blur.
Yes. By linking sounds to meanings you already know, it reduces the mental effort, allowing faster, smoother comprehension. And better retention, too. #tag 7. Mix different accents.
Now this one is crucial for the real world, isn't it? Mix different accents.
Absolutely vital. English is not monolithic.
Right. An American saying water sounds different from a Brit or an Aussie saying it.
Totally different T sounds, or lack thereof.
If you only train your ear on one accent, say from your favorite show,
You could be totally lost talking to someone from somewhere else.
or struggle significantly.
This really speaks to the global nature of English. It's a world language. You need adaptability in your listening.
Can't just prepare for one type of racetrack.
Great analogy.
Yeah.
Relying on one accent is like only running on a flat track. You'll struggle with the hills and different terrains of real-world English.
So deliberate exposure to variety is key.
It broadens your phonetic recognition. It stops one unfamiliar accent from completely blocking your understanding. It trains your brain to hear the same word despite sound variations. Makes your listening tougher, more robust.
So how do you do that practically? Seek out variety.
Yeah. Actively look for content from different places. Listen to news like BBC for British, CNN for American,
Podcasts from Canada, Australia, Ireland.
South Africa, India. The list goes on. The more variety you get, the more flexible your listening becomes.
So you, the listener, find that understanding becomes less about matching expected sounds perfectly.
And more about grasping the meaning, regardless of the accent packaging.
Right.
This builds what's called perceptual robustness. Your brain learns to generalize, to identify sounds and words across a wider range of acoustic forms.
Without this, you can get accent fatigue.
Yeah, where an unfamiliar accent just takes way more mental energy to decode, leading to exhaustion and frustration.
So seeking out diversity strengthens your brain's processing power for global English.
Essential preparation for real-world communication, whether traveling, watching movies, or just interacting with diverse people. #tag 8. Listen and summarize.
Okay, our final listening technique. This one's great because it pulls multiple skills together.
Very integrative.
Listen and summarize. It goes beyond just understanding. It forces you to say what you heard. Combines listening, speaking, memory.
Yeah, it demands high-level active processing.
Yeah.
After you listen to something, a podcast, news, a YouTube clip, the instruction is stop and immediately try to explain it in your own words.
Out loud. Or written.
Either. You can even record yourself speaking the summary. The key is, it forces your brain to process the meaning, identify the main points, get the core message.
Not get lost in the individual words.
Right. One source suggested a challenge. Summarize a 5-minute news clip in just 2 sentences.
Wow, that requires real understanding.
Exactly. Conciseness demands deep comprehension, extracting the absolute essence.
So it's not enough to just nod and think you got it. This makes you prove it to yourself, solidify it. For you, the listener, it's a fantastic, practical, immediate comprehension check. And you're practicing speaking and critical thinking at the same time. It turns listening from receptive to productive, makes understanding tangible.
That's perfectly put. It acts as a strong comprehension check. It forces higher order thinking. Analyze, synthesize, articulate.
In English.
Right, not just recalling facts, but restructuring them coherently. This active retrieval and production creates much stronger neural connections than just passive listening.
Makes the info stick better.
And makes it more accessible for you to use later, in speaking or writing. It's a powerful way to turn what you hear into skills you can actually use effectively.
All right, let's move on to reading. Often seen as, a quiet, solitary thing, maybe you in a dictionary in a corner.
Yeah, the studious image.
But our deep dive shows reading can be super dynamic. Deeply connected to speaking, a powerful engine for active learning, for broadening your horizons.
It can really transform your whole English journey.
Yeah.
#tag 9, read what you love.
Okay, first reading strategy. Seems almost too obvious, but its impact is huge. Read what you love.
Motivation is key.
Totally. If you force yourself through boring textbooks or dry articles you don't care about, you'll just get tired, lose motivation, probably stop.
Happens all the time. The core idea here is simple. Genuine interest fuels engagement. It makes learning feel effortless, not like a chore.
Intrinsic motivation.
But by far the most powerful and sustainable fuel for long-term learning. When you're genuinely into the content, your brain stays switched on. Learning becomes discovery, not drudgery.
So ditch the boring textbook.
If they're not working for you, contrast them with stuff you actually enjoy. Engaging novels, blogs on your hobbies, comics, social media, song lyrics, anything.
Like if you love sports, read sports articles in English.
Exactly. Or if you love cooking, find English recipes and try them out. Vocabulary, sentence structures. They start to sink in almost subconsciously because you're focused on the interesting content.
So for you, the learner, this means turning your passions, your hobbies, into English learning tools.
Yes. It makes the whole process enjoyable, sustainable, not just productive.
When you care about the topic, you push through the tricky bits.
You're far more likely to persist, yeah. Even with unfamiliar words or complex sentences. The story, the information itself, just pulls you along.
Makes sense.
And this improves sustained attention. When the content clicks with your interests, your brain is more receptive, retains info better.
It's a psychological benefit often missed in traditional teaching.
Which sometimes prioritizes generic texts. Aligning reading with your passions creates this positive feedback loop. Learn more, enjoy more, engage more, learn even deeper.
Organic, self-driven learning.
Incredibly effective for long-term retention and fluency. #TAG10. Read aloud.
Okay, here's a brilliant way to connect reading understanding with speaking ability.
Bridging that gap.
Read aloud. It's powerful, multisensory. Connects the words on the page with your voice, the physical act of saying them.
Even just one page a day aloud, the sources say, makes a huge difference overall.
One page. That feels doable.
Definitely. And it gives you this dual benefit. First, it physically trains your mouth, tongue, vocal cords for pronunciation, rhythm, intonation. You have to make the sounds.
Not to see them silently.
Right. Second, just as important, it strengthens the brain's connection between the spelling of a word and its sound.
Sight, sound, speech motor control working together.
Highly effective for locking in new words, nailing pronunciation, internalizing sentence patterns. Plus, and this is big, it boosts confidence.
How so?
By normalizing the sound of your own voice speaking English. It reduces that speaking anxiety many learners feel when they actually talk to people.
Getting comfortable with hearing yourself speak English.
Exactly. So for you, the listener, it makes reading active, dynamic. You're not just passively seeing words, you're hearing them as you say them, feeling the sounds.
Builds muscle memory for speaking.
And crucially, helps you get used to your own English voice. A big step towards natural conversation.
Makes total sense.
Many learners feel that disconnect. Understand reading fine, but struggle to speak. Reading aloud directly bridges it. Activates the voice box, reinforces sound spelling links.
Automates translating text to speech.
Which is pivotal for fluency. The more comfortable you are hearing yourself, the less self-conscious you'll be in real talks. More natural, more confident communication, it's a direct path to improving both skills at once. #TAG11. Use the 5 new words rule.
Okay, have you ever been reading something in English, maybe an article, and you hit a new word, then another, then another?
Every few sentences, yeah.
And you just feel totally overwhelmed, maybe even want to give up.
That vocabulary overload feeling, it's real.
This next strategy is designed specifically to fight that. Use the 5 new words rule.
Brilliant in its simplicity.
The idea is to manage vocabulary learning, stop the overwhelm, and keep your reading momentum going. Keep it enjoyable.
Because if you stop for every unknown word, you kill your motivation. The reading becomes a slog.
Constantly interrupted, tedious.
Exactly. This rule makes vocab learning bite-sized, manageable, actionable. When reading something in an article, a chapter deliberately pick only 5 important new words.
Just 5. How do you choose?
Words that seem key to the meaning, or ones you're just curious about. Then, the process. Write them down. Actively use them in your own sentence.
And then, crucially,
move on. Keep reading. This keeps reading fun, practical, sustainable. Vocab learning becomes controlled, not overwhelming.
So it's about steady progress without burnout. You're still expanding your vocabulary, but in a controlled, less scary way. For you, the listener, this means you can actually enjoy the reading, stay immersed, without constantly hitting roadblocks.
You build momentum, feel accomplishment, avoid that feeling of drowning in unknown words.
Right.
It prevents what experts call cognitive overload. Too many unknowns at once. The brain gets overwhelmed, disengages, comprehension drops, retention suffers.
Limiting the focus helps process the rest.
Yes, you can grasp the overall meaning better. It's a strategic way to learn vocab in context without wrecking the flow. And that active step writing, using in a sentence, encodes the words much deeper than just looking them up.
Makes the learning stick. Intentional, manageable, effective. #tag 12. Summarize in writing or speech. Post-reading.
Anyway.
All right, our last reading strategy. This one ensures you're not just passively taking info in, but really processing it, internalizing it, getting ready to use it.
Active processing again.
Summarize in writing or speech. Post-reading. Distilling the essence of what you just read. A great comprehension check.
It forces you to articulate the core message. After reading an article, a story, a chapter, don't just shut the book. Take a couple of minutes, 5 maybe, and summarize it.
Write a short paragraph.
Or explain it out loud to yourself, a partner, whoever. For instance, after a short story, you might just say, okay, this is about a kid facing a challenge, finding courage.
Discovering strength they didn't know they had. Something like that.
Perfect. It goes way beyond passive reading. It forces your brain to process meaning, find main ideas, then use English to express your understanding.
Really reinforces comprehension and memory.
Massively.
That's clever. Make sure you really got it, not just skimmed it. So for you, the listener, this solidifies what you learned, makes it stick. Because you have to recall, rephrase, condense it in your own words. Moving from just understanding what you read to truly internalizing it and being able to explain it yourself.
Precisely. This activates multiple complex cognitive functions. Critical thinking to find the main points, synthesizing info, then translating it into coherent English.
Not just recalling facts, but restructuring them.
Right. This active engagement builds much stronger neural pathways than just reading passively. It makes the information more accessible later for speaking or writing.
Turns receptive knowledge into productive skills.
Exactly. Ensures what you read actually contributes to your overall fluency and ability to communicate effectively.
Okay, finally, let's talk about writing. This is often where, structure, precision, where you might feel most exposed to grammar rules, spelling worries.
The pressure can feel higher in writing sometimes.
Definitely. But our sources also stress the huge power of simple, consistent practice to build both confidence and fluency in getting your thoughts down clearly and effectively in English. #tag 13. Keep a daily journal. First writing strategy. Incredibly simple, incredibly effective for weaving English into your daily life. Keep a daily journal.
Consistent, low-stakes practice.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off perfect grammar or formal essays, makes writing a natural, reflective habit.
Language experts often rave about journaling for learners. It creates this direct, really personal connection with the language.
So what's the practice? Write a few sentences each night.
Yeah, or a short paragraph about your day, feelings, goals, whatever's on your mind. And the crucial part, the sources stress this. Don't worry about mistakes initially.
Just get the thoughts down.
Just focus on expressing yourself in English. That freedom from self-censoring early on, it's liberating. It naturally builds fluency.
And the errors reduce over time, naturally.
Because you're constantly practicing implicitly absorbing correct patterns without the pressure of being graded or judged.
So for you, the listener, this becomes your private space, judgment-free, to experiment, think in English, see your own progress unfold.
Builds comfort, fluency, and self-expression. Makes English part of your inner monologue.
It's powerful because it makes English part of your life, not just a school subject.
And what's really fascinating is how that personal connection works. Writing about your own experiences, emotions, thoughts, it ties the language deeply to your identity, your narrative.
Makes it stick better.
Deepens engagement, memory. You're not just practicing abstract rules, you're using English to process your life. Plus, the consistent low-pressure habit builds writing stamina.
Makes forming sentences feel more automatic over time.
It's less effortful. It organically turns English from an external tool into this internalized natural voice. #tag 14. Learn basic structures first.
Okay, this next writing tip is all about building a solid, strong foundation strategically.
Absolutely key.
Learn basic structures first. So many learners, they want to express complex ideas right away, so they jump into trying really complex sentences.
Can't get to run before they can walk, yeah.
But the sources show strong, clear writing, even at advanced levels, always starts with mastering simple, accurate sentence patterns first.
The house analogy again. You need that solid foundation for stability.
Right.
Rushing into complex stuff without mastering basics, it just leads to frustration, repeating the same fundamental errors over and over. Progress feels painfully slow.
So what are these basic structures, like the example?
Yeah, simple things.
Yeah.
Consciously practice. I want to. I am going to get really confident and accurate with those.
Yeah, the basics.
Then, once that's solid, then move to more complex forms like I enjoy reading books that inspire me.
It's fascinating how often people skip that foundational mastery.
This principle just reminds us, mastery at the basic level is invaluable. It ensures confidence, accuracy, efficiency as you move up.
So for you, the listener, embrace the simple stuff first.
Definitely.
Don't try writing a complex essay before you can reliably write a clear, correct, basic sentence. Build confidence with accuracy there, then expand your toolkit.
It's actually a faster way to improve overall writing. You're not fighting basic errors while trying to handle complex ideas. It streamlines things.
Makes sense.
And this strategic approach, it's based on solid learning principles. Solidifying basic patterns gives you this internalized grammar framework.
A scaffold to build on.
Exactly, a sturdy scaffold. More complex structures can then be built reliably on top without collapsing. It also reduces cognitive load.
How so?
Automating the common patterns frees up mental energy to focus on better words, style, expressing complex thoughts. And it stops basic errors from becoming ingrained habits. Fix them early for smoother progress later. #tag 15. Get feedback on your writing.
Okay, our final writing strategy. And maybe one of the most critical for real accelerated improvement.
Non-negotiable, really.
Get feedback on your writing. No matter how much you practice alone, you need that external perspective, that constructive criticism to really refine your skills.
It's all about iterative improvement. One source put it perfectly. Every mistake corrected is a step closer to mastery.
Because without feedback,
you risk unknowingly repeating the same errors. You solidify bad habits. Progress stalls.
So tools like Grammarly can help.
They can catch mechanical errors, sure, but seeking human feedback from teachers, friends who know English well, online writing groups is vital.
Why human feedback specifically?
Because you can ask for corrections, and crucially, ask why something is wrong. Get explanations. This raises that important question for learners, though. How do you ask for and use feedback without getting discouraged?
Yeah, corrections can sting sometimes.
The key is mindset. See corrections not as criticism or failure, but as signposts, direct paths to getting better, invaluable guidance.
A powerful shift. So for you, the listener, actively seek out reviews.
Don't shy away from it.
Even if it feels vulnerable. Embrace those corrections as insights into your blind spots. Turn the red marks into green lights for progress.
Knowing each correction is a real step towards clear, confident, accurate writing.
Makes sense.
And the value of human feedback really can't be overstated. A person gives context, explains nuance, suggests better phrasing, things automated tools miss.
That deeper, intuitive understanding beyond just rules.
Exactly. Plus, the process of getting, understanding, applying feedback, it trains your own self-assessment skills. You gradually learn to spot and fix your own errors.
It's a dynamic cycle. Produce, evaluate, revise.
Which massively accelerates the journey to writing that's not just correct, but clear, natural, and truly effective.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what does this whole deep dive mean for you, the learner? We've unpacked 15 really practical, actionable ways to boost your English across all 4 skills.
Speaking, listening, reading, writing.
A complete, integrated toolkit to really push your progress.
And stepping back, looking at the big picture, the most profound takeaway has to be the importance of balance. Now, don't fall into that trap of just focusing on speaking or only drilling grammar. Develop all 4 skills together. Understand their synergy will move you forward way faster than trying to improve them one by one.
Each skill lifts the others up.
Creates a compounding effect. Ignoring one area can easily create a bottleneck, slow down your whole journey to fluency.
That's really insightful advice. So for actionable next steps, we don't want you feeling overwhelmed by all 15 at once.
No, definitely not. Start small.
We really encourage you. Pick just 2 tips from this deep dive, the 2 that really click for you, And commit to practicing them this week consistently.
Maybe 10 minutes of journaling plus 10 minutes of shadowing.
Perfect. The key, our source of stress, is sustain small, consistent effort. Those seemingly tiny daily actions, they add up to massive progress over time.
Like water carving a canyon. Not one big flood, but that constant, steady flow over time. And always remember, the journey might feel slow sometimes. You'll have moments of doubt, feel stuck. It happens.
For sure.
But every single step you take, every 10 minutes you practice, every new phrase you learn, every article you summarize it, is bringing you undeniably closer to your goal.
Frame it differently.
Yeah. Don't see it as a frantic sprint to some finish line. See it as this continuous, enriching exploration, a journey into a new language world, full of possibilities for connection, understanding, self-expression.
A lifelong journey of discovery.
Truly.
So here's a final thought for you to take away, something to think about as you start using these strategies. How will you actively celebrate those small daily wins on your path?
Acknowledge them.
Knowing that every sentence you manage to say, every bit you understand, every word you write down is a vital, irreplaceable link in your unique journey. Because those consistent little efforts, they're actually your most powerful tools, building that amazing interconnected language ecosystem inside you, piece by powerful piece.